Hello everyone! Today we are talking about flammulated owl capture methods. First, let's meet the owl. This is what they sound like. Here are some pictures of them with their ear tufts held down versus perked up. And here is a sweet baby owlet. Also, they mostly eat bugs. And flammulated owls get their name because they are flame-colored patterns. You should also know that flammulated owls are considered a vulnerable species because their fecundity, aka number of eggs, they only lay 2 to 3 eggs per clutch, which is low compared to other owls. This puts them in danger because natural disasters or pollution can wipe them out faster than other owl species. So where do capture methods tie in? The main problem I wanted to go over in the video is capture rates have been low when trying to study the owls. Most of the literature I read had really low samples of them captured, like single-digit low, which can cause issues for biologists trying to understand their life history or if a population is doing okay or if it's in danger. So I wanted to see if there was anything that could be done to try and improve catch rates by improving capture methods for these nocturnal small creatures. Did I mention small? They average about 6 inches around 15 centimeters as adults, which makes capture even more difficult. So, capture methods, pros and cons. First, we have noose carpet traps. These babies get set up on perches, places where owls will land, and usually in front of their nesting cavity. Made with a wire mesh, looped with fishing wire, and attached to the tree using a stretchy cord and a longer taut cord so the owl doesn't hurt itself yanking trying to fly away. Pros: easy to set up after assembly, just climbing up and attaching it to a tree. Works good on capturing individuals if you put it in a location where an owl is likely to land. And it's a good middle ground for price and ease of use compared to other capture methods. Cons: usually it can catch only one owl at a time with this method, heavily dependent on how good you choose the location for the trap. Of course, as with the other capture methods on this list, biologists have to be present and ready to untangle and record data on the owl as fast as possible so it can be released quickly to reduce stress and injury. Next capture method, we got modified hoop nets. Got your basic net, but with a lot more length to reach up into trees, and the netting part is replaced with a special mesh called mistnetting. More on that later, but it's a safer netting for catching birds. So the way this capture method works is like you'd expect, just scooping up roosting owls or covering the nest cavity till they fly into the net, and then released when finished collecting data. Pros: easiest method in theory. Also, the cheapest method material-wise. Cons: it's labor-intensive, you need dexterity and luck to capture a teeny owl hiding in trees, and you don't want the net to get caught on a limb. So the last method is mistnetting. Here's a great clip explaining the basics.
Mistnetting is a technique used to capture wild birds, and banding is a way to identify individual wild birds. Here is what a mistnet looks like. It may remind you of a volleyball net, but it is different in several ways. There are also baggy pockets in each row of netting. What happens is that the bird will hit the net above a pocket, then fall down into the pocket and stay there until a bird bander or technician under a bird bander's permit can remove it.
And to add on, the mist nets are often baited using a speaker that plays owl calls to attract owls to the net. And the net is usually placed in an open area to catch animals and prevent tearing the net on vegetation. Pros: you can catch multiple owls at once, which is why there are so many studies using it as the capture method. If you are doing a larger study, mist nets may be more efficient, time and labor-wise, than placing out several noose traps or using mini hand nets. Mist netting has also been proven through study, cited later, to be a low-risk capture method for birds. The cons, though, are they are expensive, hard to put up in the dark and take down, also rely on good timing and location of the nets, and bycatch, catching other animals you didn't want to study. So, criteria. I wanted to propose a capture method that is still safe for owls and biologists to use, that isn't super complicated, is cost and time efficient, and overall increases the low capture rate for these owls. My recommendation is to still use mist netting, but in shady areas. So, of course, we'd still have the owl call lures as bait, and it seems counterintuitive setting them up closer to shrubby areas instead of the usual open conifer forest. But a study I found, Pollock et al.'s study, had some data showing that they had higher capture rates for these owls by moving their mistnets into denser shrubland. It also reduced northern saw-whet owl bycatch. So mistnetting scored big points in efficiency and safety, which is why it was chosen, and the increased capture rates for flammulated owls sealed the deal. So yeah, here's the cited lit, cited media, and this video was made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.